issue of insecurity has caused a lot of problems, and in fact is still causing a lot of problems. And it seems the highest level of government is not much interested in taking charge and ensuring the security of lives and properties of the people. Another issue is food scarcity, which a lot of researchers have linked it directly to insecurity. There has to be security to have food production, and most of the insecurity is connected to the rural system where the food production facilities are. Another issue is the devaluation of the naira, and everybody is aware that the devaluation of naira is just following directives of World Bank and IMF. So if the World Bank and IMF give directives, the federal government just follow the directives. And these directives are given as conditions for securing loans of which a lot of people consider unnecessary. Nigeria is not a poor nation. We have so much resources, human minerals, that if harnessed and utilized properly, we will not have to go and borrow funds from IMF or the World Bank. The challenges facing Nigeria are security, insecurity, lack of food, devaluation of the naira, has generated a kind of negative effect. There is very low economic activities now in the country. People go outside in search of what to do. Over the few years that have passed, about a decade or so, people who were in business have run out of business. A lot of businesses have closed completely, and the government is not bothered. Local traders, businesses have collapsed. The devaluation of the naira has made it so difficult for businesses to even thrive or to survive. There are serious issues with our infrastructure, and our infrastructure are being destroyed without government intervening. An example is our Trunk A federal highways. The Trunk A federal highways, that are the federal government highways, were made or were constructed nationwide to carry vehicles, trucks, and loads in the range of 35 tons. But nowadays we have got truck companies, haulage companies, using trucks, 45-ton trucks and 60-ton trucks. These roads that were meant to carry 35-ton trucks can last 40 years. Now, some people are bringing 45-ton trucks and 60-ton trucks to destroy these Trunk A highways, and within a couple of years, 4 years, 5 years, you will find a very good Trunk A highway destroyed completely by the operations of these monster trucks. That's the 45 to 60-ton trucks. It's very sad, and still up to now, nothing is being done about it. We have the military, we have the state security, we have the police, and they are capable and competent, and nobody can tell us otherwise. One thing I want to draw attention of the President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, is that from all indication, his party has endorsed him for 2027 election. He cannot win that election with insecurity. Those who are telling him otherwise are just plotting for him to fail, so he should open his eyes. With this insecurity and what the insecurity has caused in this country, There is no way he can win election. Whoever tells him otherwise is just trying to mess him up. So he should consider that seriously. The issue of insecurity, some time ago, the Chief of Defense Staff was indicating that there may be foreign elements involved in financing terrorism and insecurity in this country. Well, what the Chief of Defense Staff said, that is General Christopher Musa, what he said has come to be. The United States Congress have told the world that United States Agency for International Development, USAID, has been funding Boko Haram and other terrorist organizations globally. So there is nothing anybody can tell us right here in Nigeria that USAID is not part of funding Boko Haram. In fact, what they said is USAID has been funding Boko Haram. So now we know one source of the funding of the terrorist activity. Other activities like banditry, we are very much aware, because some time back, Alhaji Kawu Baraji, one-time chairman of APC, publicly made a statement was carried out by the press that they, when he was in APC, then they organized and brought in bandits to make sure they win election 2015. But when they won the election, they forgot to do away with the bandits. So the bandits just settled themselves and start engaging in whatever they are engaging. And surprisingly, when Kawu Baraji made that statement, just a couple of days after, Garba Shehu, the spokesman of the president then, came out to say the presidency had already settled those bandits. They were given 1 billion naira. The wife of the chief bandit that was in custody delivered twins in a military facility. A military aircraft was used to take the wife to her husband, the chief bandit, and so on and so on. Very messy. That shows direct involvement of the government as of that time. And now that that government has gone, Bola Ahmed Tinubu is the president now in charge. Is he still maintaining that banditry setup? And what for? The bandits are there just to mess up the people, and they are messing up the people. So if President Bola Ahmed Tinubu is not part of that, though he was an APC member, I'm not sure whether he was part of breaking the bandits or not. But this banditry should come to an end, because the people of the country are tired. They are just tired. So we don't want anything to happen to Nigeria as a whole. So as a president, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu should wake up and do the needful. He should wipe out this banditry, straightforward. As for agriculture, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has to boost agriculture. And he has to boost agriculture nationwide, just nationwide. Already, the area producing 65% of the food in this country, the Northeast and the Northwest, is already facing challenges of insecurity. And food production has gone down considerably. The other areas producing 40% have to share that 40% with the whole country. And it's not enough. So the federal government, the government of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, has to immediately intervene in the issue of railway. And this railway, present railway, with the railway corporation we have now, is just too large as one component. Already they have a division, Nigerian Railway Properties Limited. They can as well unbundle the railway corporation and have Niger Trucks Limited, which will be in charge of the head and the tracks. The head and the tracks will pull the wagons. Then there can be Railway Coaches Limited, where Nigerian Railway Corporation will operate coaches for the masses, cheap transportation of people and cheap transportation of goods and items. Then there can be Railway Commercial Ventures Limited. That one will be coaches that will be leased to major transporters and haulage companies. Like all these luxurious bus owners can be given opportunity to be part of the railway business, where they can carry goods and passengers. They can modify a coach, put air conditioner, beds, and so on, and make it luxury coaches. People can charter coaches from Port Harcourt to Kano, from Kaduna to Lagos, and so on. So those are the kind of changes that have to go into Nigerian Railway Corporation. The issue of education also, there are so many challenges, there are so many, but we just have to hit on one or two. Like the federal universities, mostly we have challenges whereby you will find a federal university will not have convocation for 3 years, 4 years, and students have graduated. There is also this same issue of students graduating, not getting their certificates, students graduating, not getting even their transcripts. Some want to go for further education, mostly in other universities or outside the country, and their transcripts are required. You find students running up and down in desperation, not getting their transcripts, and their educational pursuits just being terminated because of some irresponsible people in these federal government educational facilities, federal government universities, and so on. The issue of curriculum in Nigeria has to be reviewed, because presently those preparing the curriculum and those preparing the curriculum are obsolete. You have to get people who know what is happening globally, to educationally, technically, scientifically, for them to package, the curriculum to be used. As of now, what obtains as curriculum in Nigeria is actually outdated. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu also has to look into importation of goods. In Nigeria, anything can be imported. Anything. Some time back, there was ban on import of toothpicks, and then it came back. Is that a priority, for God's sake? In Nigeria today, is importation of toothpick a priority? And you spend dollars to import toothpick. It shouldn't be so. It should be banned. All those non-essential items should be banned. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu also has to lift the ban on employment in Nigeria. People should be employed. Even in government services, people should be employed to work for functional government. My call to President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, and he has to do it not verbally, but practically, visually, visibly. And he has 1 year to do it. After 1 year, nobody will believe whatever he said he will do, because he has an opportunity and time to do it. He can do it. Once you start, so if you start building a house and reach roofing level, everybody will know that you are serious, you want to complete that building. But if you will just be talking, nobody will believe you. So President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has 1 year to put Nigeria on course and started doing the needful. After 1 year, nobody will listen to him. And after 1 year, all his competitors, I will not consider them his enemies. His competitors like former Vice President Atiku Abubakar, former Governor Konkoso, former Governor Kogi, They are not his enemies. They are competing for the presidential seat with him, but they are not his enemies. His enemies are those cabal around him who are fencing him from people, who don't want him to know what is happening in the country, who are always feeding him lies. Those are his enemies. His enemies are those governors who are ruining their states, and when their people talk, they point at him, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, that's your problem. Those are his enemies. His enemies are the ministers he has appointed and are siphoning what they can siphon of the state fund and not doing anything to their people. In fact, they don't. The ministers are supposed to be representing the president in their constituencies, but they are not. They are just selfishly getting what they are getting and doing things that will tarnish the image of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. So he should wake up and face reality. Senators, members of the House of Reps, a lot of them are always looking for ways to draw money from the government. EFCC is aware of all their financial transactions. These are people who are always interested in getting for themselves. And once they get for them, what do? They spend funds and money uselessly, vanity. They are not bothered in the interest, they are not bothered in the interest of the people, of their constituencies. So that is just the situation on ground. And President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has to be called upon to wake up and do the needful. And he should not wait for his enemies to pull him down. Thank you very much. God bless Nigeria.